Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name's Scarlett and I do queer feminist film reviews. Today is not going to be a review because I've had quite an exciting week and it's many things that have happened that have just made me really happy with what I want to do in my future and just the future of women in film, and I want to talk to you about it and hear your opinion, I guess, as well. So let's get on with it. So there's a film called Ladybird that is directed and written by an amazing, talented lady called Greta Gerwig. I had the pleasure of going to see the film at a special screening this Wednesday just gone in London. The film doesn't actually come out until February next year, so the fact that I've seen it now, like 3 months before it's due to be released, is amazing. I went to the pre-premiere of Warhorse for everyone that made the film, and that was amazing, but this had an atmosphere that I don't want to miss out on ever again, and I want to keep experiencing and just keep having fun with, I guess. The reason I got to go was because I'm a non-member of the Women's Film and Television of the UK. They're a great company that concentrate on, obviously, women in film and TV, and they set up events where people can learn and discover and praise women that have made a difference or are working and doing an amazing job. And so this time we were praising Greta for her work, and her film actually is apparently, I overheard someone say, it's the second film ever to get an 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm just going to check that now because I want to see if it's true. Just had a look, it is in fact true. On the tomatometer it's 100%. I don't know how many other films do have 100%, but I know for a fact that's the first one I've ever seen that has got that, which makes me feel even more proud for watching it. I mean, if it is the second ever, and I've had the privilege of seeing that before it's released, and meeting the director, writer and lead actress, then literally that's not just made my week, that's made my year. And to think that other things have come up on top of that as well, I can't be moaning this week. I can't be. It's the best experience I've ever had. So I'm gonna rewind, start back from the beginning, the coach journey, and from when I got the waiting list thing. So usually it's just members that get things like this, but I think if there's still space and members have filled up as much as they can, but there's still space left over, non-members get to go on the waiting list for it. And I'm very lucky that I was next on the waiting list, so I was very lucky to go to this. Straight away I knew there was no way I couldn't go, even though I'm at uni in Gloucestershire. So I booked a coach from Cheltenham to London and back on the same day. It was tiring, but it was so worth it, and I would happily do that 3 times a week. I honestly would not care. If that was the experience I was getting, I would do it every day by choice. I'd love it. So on my journey I was like, right, my phone's gonna die, so I can't be on my phone the whole time. I'm gonna have to take a book with me, read a magazine. So what did I do? Took Carmilla, sitting over there in the background, and I in fact bought Diva magazine that I'm probably sure most of you have heard of or hopefully read. So I took Diva magazine, I had a read of the columns. I learnt a lot from reading some of them. Like there was one about how when we describe women in film or women in general, like on posts and things on Facebook, we tend to not realise we're sexualising them because we talk about their appearance rather than them as a person. As in, if someone posts a chocolate cake on Facebook, someone will comment, oh, better stick to one slice. when they don't realise that's their opinion influencing someone not to eat so they don't get bigger to impress them or make them happy. Like we don't realise we do things like that in life, and that just made me think we do unconsciously sexualise women. And if we're watching an actress, we need to talk about the fact that she's doing an amazing job and not the fact that her shorts are too short, you know. And I think that needs to change, definitely needs to change. Do we hear that as much with men? Don't think we do. Just my opinion, but I read that and I thought that was an amazing column for me to read. But so yeah, I read Diva magazine, I read the Carmilla article, of course. That was really good. I love the photography pictures, because I know we'd seen them, but I thought that was just for the promotion of the film, but I didn't realise it was for Diva magazine, so that was cool. And just to hear more of how they felt about the movie and how much fans inspired them, which was really nice. So I thought, okay, just going to tweet about it because I feel really good right now. I'm going to a film festival in London about a film made from a woman. The protagonist is female. I'm reading a magazine that is created by women and an article that have my idols in that are also women. So I was like, right, female power, I love this shit, I'm just gonna tweet about it. What happened? The magazine retweeted. My favourite actress ever, Natasha Negavalis, tweeted. Can't believe that. Yeah, I got a massive response just from that tweet, which I don't do Twitter. Honestly, if you saw my Twitter, it'd just be retweets and likes and not much of my opinion. But when I put this one thing on, I got a really good response from it, and it just made me feel so good that there are so many other people that feel the same way and agree and love the fact that women are becoming more empowered in this generation. I just thought that was amazing. So before I even got to the venue, my day was already made. So that was great. When I got there, it was the name of the theatre is called the Curzon Mayfair Cinema. I hope I pronounced that properly. But it's near the Ritz, London, Green Park, Hyde Park area, and it was lovely. I'll have a few pictures, post them here and here if I have any. God, it was so posh. I go to London every now and then, but I don't tend to stick to the rich areas because, of course, I'm a student. I'm living on like 20 quid a week, so yeah. But anyway, got to the cinema. There's tons of Rolls Royces and Range Rovers lined outside. I was like, what am I, a student, doing at a place like this? It's going to be full of massive women in the industry, and then there's me, first year student. So I walked in, but actually before I even walked in, someone opened the door for me and they said, so hi, what are you here for? I said, I'm here for Ladybirds in the Q&A. He said, oh, come in, madam. I was like, oh, okay. Don't even open the door myself, and someone calls me madam, lovely. Sign in, and the ladies say, yes, help yourself to some complimentary drinks at the bar. And I was like, okay, walk over to the bar, choose a lager, get ready to pay. Didn't have to pay. Didn't have to pay. I was in London at a high-end cinema, and I didn't have to pay for my drink. That probably would have cost me £7 anyway, so that was fab. I got there about an hour before it started because there was a mingle where everyone could meet. So I assume that with the WFTV that the same people usually go, so they usually mingle before because they know each other from those events. I did get that impression when I got there. I had a nice lager, that was lovely. Then I had a white wine, also complimentary, that was lovely. Got a little bit tipsy, calm my nerves, that's one good thing it did. I spoke to some people. I spoke to a second year master's film student and he was lovely. I spoke to an actress that does a lot of student films. She was funny. She actually fell asleep at the end of the film and asked me what happened, which I don't know what to think of really. It's quite funny, to be fair. And so yeah, the service was outstanding, so I'd like to thank the theatre for that. They made me feel comfortable even though I probably shouldn't have. I was so surprised when I got there. There were people from Universal Studios, NBC News. I tried to dress like I was a journalist, proper business person, and I did get a few people staring at me. So I mean, you know, as in, oh, I wonder what job she has or something like that. So luckily I did feel like I fitted in. And yeah, it came to the film, and all I have to say is, I mean, I don't want to let off too much of what happens because, you know, it's not been released yet, and just out of respect, I think you should go watch it to see what happens. Again, my SD card got full, just glitched, very sorry. Where was I? Assuming I have gotten to the film part of this, yes, so don't want to tell you what happens out of respect. However, it's definitely worth you seeing. It comes out next February, and bearing in mind it's got 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, even if it doesn't seem like your sort of film, it is worth seeing anyway. I'm not the sort of person that would watch indie films out of choice, but this one really brings up a lot of themes that are very relevant to this current day. Themes such as how the middle class are presented in the US, homosexuality, the coming of age story of the protagonist, I think that's important as well. It was just a lot of ideas, and Greta Gerwig spoke about how she was writing this for over 2 years, not solidly 2 years, but it took her 2 years to write, and you can completely tell through the detail in every character's story that she put so much thought into the writing. Not just the style, but like every character is their own, and they all have a different motivation. And things like the father in the story, he is still very much a main character despite how we don't see him half as much as the others. And the way she had the mother-daughter relationship where they always hit against each other, they didn't fuse and they argued all the time, but you could still tell they loved each other. It was a beautiful story, and it was very well told, and it was funny. God, it was so funny. It's everything you remember thinking as a child and worrying about, but she didn't make it predictable, and it didn't seem cliche because of how the comedy flowed us through the narrative, I'd say. There was a lot in that film, and I don't want to do a review now of it. I thought this would be a review, but I feel like I want to do an 100% full review when it comes out next February. But for now, I just want to say, keep your eye on it for when it does come out in cinema. Saoirse Ronan, amazing actress. You don't understand how weird it is studying someone for 2 years in a subject and then seeing them in person. I did the Lovely Bones for 2 years in English A-level, and then I find the actress sitting in front of me in a cinema asking questions. And you know when you make eye contact with someone, happened for a split second, freaked me out. Telling you, it was just so weird. So definitely worth watching. Another amazing thing to happen this week, I actually got the news this morning, so this morning's Friday. At my university, which is Gloucestershire, one of the lecturers, Lindsay Dryden, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah, I'm gonna assume it's Lindsay Dryden. She got nominated for an Academy Award for one of her films, Unrest. An Academy Award. Now, if you think about that as being a filmmaker, that's your top career goal. That's like the top, the ultimate, getting an Oscar, and she's just been nominated for one. Out of hundreds of people in different countries, she is one of 15 to get a nomination, and she's a lecturer at our university, my university. It's insane. I could have cried this morning when I heard the news. Like, the fact that I'd already been to London and I've received positive replies and comments from Twitter, and then finding this out, and just the fact that she's a woman as well, it really shows that women do have the power and they can go as far as men in the industry, if not maybe further, you know, depends who it is. But it's just so fantastic that this has happened, and it has overwhelmed me a bit, to be fair. Like, I was close to tears this morning. I was so happy, and I can't wait to see her and congratulate her. We're watching the film next week, so I'm excited for that. I don't know how you watch the film, if it's you have to buy it, see it in cinema, but it's called Unrest. You can find them on Twitter. I will try and put a link in the bio. Have a look at it. I cannot wait to see it. So that was an amazing thing to happen. I know this is a queer channel, but I'm very much about female empowerment as well. And some people may say it's quite cringy that I feel so strongly about things like this, but it's what I want to do in my future, and I know it's important. And with everything going on in the news at the minute, and just how I think this is a very important year for change and just further strength for women, you know, it means a lot to me. So I appreciate everything that happens, even if it's not to do with me, if it's for someone else. I really appreciate it, and I think it's amazing, and I just love seeing more people's stories. I love reading stories and going to see things. Like, I know I'm going to go to more WFTV events. I'm so sorry I didn't vlog it. I literally had half an hour to get there and half an hour to leave, including getting the underground. So if I did have time, I would have vlogged it. If I have time next time, I promise I will. It'll probably make my channel a bit more interesting for you to see me go places rather than, you know, talk to a screen. What to expect for Christmas? I probably won't do any videos whilst I'm at home at Christmas. If I do, it will be a vlog. And unless something pops up that's quite important, then I will make the effort to do a vlog. However, I don't think I'll be taking all my equipment with me, so it won't be the setup I have at the minute. Before Christmas, I'm of course going to see the new Star Wars film, The Last Jedi. Big Star Wars fan over here, so don't diss, okay? So I am going to be doing a review of Star Wars when that comes out. I guess I will be home then, so I will have to release that. But I also might do a pre-review video. I have a friend called Matt who's kindly taught me a few editing techniques, because before I came here, all I knew what to do was cut and trim videos, which is pathetic. But now he's helped me learn how to do green screen overlaying, and I might have a bit of an experimental video where I learn how to put like a lightsaber on screen and stuff. So you'll see that in the future. I've made a lot more videos that I haven't yet edited, so I'll be putting those out after this as well. My Atomic Blonde review will be coming out soon, because that's now come out on DVD. So yeah, expect a lot. Maybe not around Christmas, maybe towards the end of the new year. End of the new year? End of this year? I'll probably have about 3 or 4 new ones, we'll see. But I just wanted to explain my week to you, because I'm so happy with everything that's happened this week, just because I've got to experience it. And unless you experience things, you don't realise how much improvement is being made. And I think it's important to educate yourself, and if you really care for something, make the effort to get yourself involved. And I'll definitely be doing that a lot more in the future, and I will take you guys along the way with me, because otherwise it won't be fun, will it? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like this little, you know, catch up with my week sort of thing. I'll do it a bit more if my life's ever more interesting than this. But yeah, so I will see you soon. Bye, guys.